Jake had always felt a special connection to the wild. Growing up in a small town surrounded by thick forests and clear rivers, he spent his childhood exploring every inch of nature he could find. From climbing trees to fishing in the cool streams, Jake was never one to shy away from an adventure. The stories he heard around the campfire at night ignited a spark in him, especially the tales about Bigfoot, the legendary creature said to roam the woods, elusive and mysterious. With bright blue eyes that sparkled with excitement and a bushy beard framing his face, Jake looked every bit the part of a seasoned hunter. If you enjoy this video, please like the video and subscribe for more. And tell me where you are watching from today. I always find it awesome to see where all my viewers are watching from. Let's get back to the video. He practiced diligently, learning how to track game and read the signs left behind in the forest. From deer trails to squirrel nests, there was little he couldn't identify. Yet, it wasn't just ordinary wildlife that fascinated him. The idea of a creature like Bigfoot, hidden deep in the woods, captivated his imagination. The more he learned about Bigfoot, the more determined he became to prove its existence. He read books filled with eyewitness accounts and scoured forums where people shared their own experiences. Some claimed they had seen giant footprints. Others spoke of hearing deep growls echoing through the trees at night. These stories filled Jake with both excitement and a sense of purpose. One day, he told himself, he would uncover the truth about this enigma. Jake's friends often teased him about his obsession. They would laugh as he passionately recounted tales of supposed sightings. "You really think a big hairy monster is out there?" they would say with smirks. But Jake didn't let their jokes deter him. He knew there was something extraordinary waiting for him in those woods. One crisp autumn morning, with leaves swirling around him in hues of orange and gold, Jake decided it was time to put his beliefs to the test. He gathered his gear, a sturdy backpack filled with essentials like water, snacks, a compass, and of course, his trusty camera. Hoping it would capture something incredible if he got lucky, with a heart full of excitement and a hint of nervousness, Jake set off into the forest. The air was fresh and invigorating as he walked deeper into the wilderness. Each step took him further away from civilization and closer to where he believed Bigfoot might hide. He enjoyed listening to the sounds of nature, the rustling leaves, chirping birds, and distant calls of animals, each noise heightening his senses. As Jake ventured into uncharted territory that day, an exhilarating mix of anticipation and trepidation bubbled within him. Would today finally be the day he discovered evidence of Bigfoot? He imagined what he might find. A massive footprint, or perhaps even a glimpse of the creature itself. With thoughts racing through his mind, he followed trails that seemed untouched by others. Hours passed as Jake traversed hills and valleys, but soon enough he stumbled upon something unusual. A set of enormous footprints imprinted in soft mud near a stream. His heart raced as he knelt down to inspect them closely. The prints were much larger than any bear or deer tracks he'd seen before. They had 5 toes distinctly splayed outwards. "This can't be real," Jake breathed out loud, as disbelief washed over him, mixed with exhilaration. He pulled out his camera and snapped several pictures to document his find because he knew how important this evidence could be if it turned out to be real. Could this be proof that Bigfoot existed? The thought sent shivers down his spine. As dusk began settling in and darkness crept upon the forest floor, Jake made a decision. He couldn't turn back now. He had to follow these tracks. For days after that discovery, Jake lost himself in a world few dared to enter. The realm where legends roamed freely under the canopy of towering trees. Each night brought new challenges. Rainstorms soaked him through, while nights without sleep left him exhausted but determined. He became attuned to every sound around him. Twitches in bushes made him jump, while eerie calls echoed through valleys, challenging what remained logical about nature's rhythm. And yet deep down inside, there lingered an unwavering belief that something remarkable lay ahead. Chasing after those tracks led Jake deeper than ever before, until doubts started gnawing at him like hunger pangs during long nights spent searching fruitlessly for answers while battling fatigue. The line between reality blurring with fantasies conjured up by endless rumors shared over campfires long ago now seemed so close, yet so far away. But even amid uncertainty lurked excitement. What if Bigfoot truly existed? How would it feel seeing this creature face to face? As thoughts danced wildly within his mind, uninvited flashes from previous tales raced forth, urging him forward toward unknown destinations, teetering between sheer thrill matched by trepidation. A heady mix only an adventurer could understand. In those precious moments on this journey, filled with anticipation, etched forever into memories, still fresh like morning dew, kissing blades of grass at daybreak, Jake found reinforcement for all dreams awaiting realization, fueled solely by curiosity intertwined harmoniously through love, for exploration sparked since childhood, a desire unwavering, guiding each step taken ever closer toward uncovering secrets long hidden beneath vast wilderness. Jake pulled himself out from under layers woven tightly around heart, finding solace within purpose, driven onward, fueled by belief, brimming with possibility. Alive, lingering quietly, readying itself for revelations, enchanting beyond comprehension, yet gravitating ever nearer, beckoning just ahead. Such were narratives guiding lives chasing. Shadows cast upon paths once traveled, now fading fast, dissolving hardly holding form, to find sprawling opportunities set before one bold soul yearning escape. Thus began an adventure that not only would challenge but transform Jake forever. A journey leading right into an unbelievable ending, awaiting discovery, illuminating truths hidden beneath tendrils, weaving wild memories together. As he hiked deeper into the forest, Jake felt a surge of excitement coursing through him. The tales of Bigfoot danced in his mind like fireflies on a warm summer evening. Every rustle of leaves and distant call of an animal heightened his senses, coaxing him further along the path less traveled. It was as if the forest itself was alive, whispering secrets just waiting for someone brave enough to listen. The sun hung high in the sky, casting playful shadows on the forest floor as Jake navigated through the trees, feeling the crunch of leaves beneath his worn boots. He searched diligently for signs of wildlife, but it wasn't until he reached a clearing near a babbling brook that fortune smiled upon him. There, in the soft mud by the water's edge, he noticed something that made his heart skip a beat. Giant footprints. Jake knelt down in disbelief, his breath caught in his throat. The prints were much larger than any bear or deer tracks he had ever seen before. They were perfectly formed, with 5 wide toes that spread outward, leaving deep impressions in the soft earth. Kneeling closer, he examined them carefully. They were unlike any creature he had learned to track during his years of hunting. "This can't be real," he whispered to himself, a mix of disbelief and exhilaration flooding over him. Was it possible? Could these truly be the tracks of Bigfoot? The very thought sent shivers down his spine as every tale he'd ever heard flashed through his mind. He fumbled for his camera, hands trembling with anticipation as he snapped picture after picture, desperate to document this incredible find. With each click of the shutter, Jake envisioned sharing this evidence with the world. Proof that he wasn't just chasing shadows or the imagination of storytellers around campfires. He imagined how astonished his friends would be, their teasing laughter replaced by awe and respect for what he had discovered. This was not just a fleeting adventure. It could redefine everything he believed about the mysterious creature said to roam these woods. After capturing images from every angle, Jake stood up slowly and scanned the area for more clues. His heart raced with excitement and curiosity about what might have caused these tracks. What did they lead to? And where had this creature gone? Driven by an overwhelming desire to find out, he took a deep breath and decided to follow them. The prints led him along the bank of the stream and into a denser part of the forest where sunlight barely managed to pierce through the thick canopy above. Each step felt significant, as if he were venturing into uncharted territory, both physically and mentally. The air seemed charged with mystery, as Jake followed the trail cautiously but eagerly. As he walked, questions filled Jake's mind. What did Bigfoot eat? Where did it sleep? Did it even know people like him existed? He felt a thrill at every new footprint he discovered, each one feeding his imagination and reinforcing his belief that maybe Bigfoot was indeed real. The excitement surged within him like electricity. But soon after settling into this rhythm of tracking, doubt began creeping in alongside those exhilarated thoughts. How could any creature remain hidden from so many people for so long? Maybe this was just a hoax, or an elaborate trick played by nature or someone else who wanted to stir up stories. Jake brushed aside those doubts as quickly as they appeared. Uncertainty was simply part of the adventure. He reminded himself that great discoveries often started with a leap of faith into the unknown. With renewed determination, he pressed on, fully immersed in this journey fueled by passion and curiosity. Hours passed as Jake followed the trail deeper into the forest's embrace. Soon, fatigue settled into his bones like a comforting weight. However, unyielding excitement kept pushing him forward. Each footprint brought fresh hope. The notion that he could possibly encounter Bigfoot transformed fatigue into adrenaline. In these moments of exploration between exhaustion and exhilaration, Jake engaged in conversations with himself about what lay ahead. Chasing shadows cast against tall trees under starlit skies, where legends lived vividly amongst vivid reality, long forgotten by time. That thrilling possibility kept pulling him deeper into nature's wilderness, while savoring every heartbeat echoing loudly amidst rustling leaves. True magic woven intricately through strands of silence, accompanied only by chirping crickets serenading nightfall's ascent over darkening horizons. Finally, a night began its slow descent upon him, like an artist painting dusk across wide-open spaces. Stars peeked shyly through branches overhead, while faint whispers floated softly like melodies lost in translation, only understood by kindred spirits wandering freely within realms unknowable. Weaving tales ever more sustaining hopes alive, kindling hearts toward continued adventures, beckoning forth camaraderie. Found rooted deep within every explorer, daring pursue dreams-laden mysteries awaiting discovery. Even if merely footsteps ahead remained visible, clarity obscured at such high possibilities perched beyond every tree line, obscured waiting patiently, eternal seeker. With determination renewed as twilight enveloped him like an old friend wrapping tightly. Jake felt empowered, stepping boldly forward, stroking coattails, possibility sparking wonderments, illuminating paths undiscovered perched upon echoes, churning softly beneath vast, endless skies, awaiting revelations, promising unbelievable endings, yet hidden not far beyond sight. This was only just beginning. His journey toward uncovering truth, unfolding each moment paved alongside dreams starlit marked forever bright, with splendor waiting close. Jake's heart raced as he stared at the giant footprints, their size reigniting his determination to uncover the truth about Bigfoot. With a deep breath, he made up his mind. He would follow these tracks wherever they might lead. As he began his journey, a mix of excitement and nerves bubbled within him. He was on the brink of an adventure unlike any he had ever experienced. The first day of following the tracks was exhilarating. Jake felt invincible as he navigated through the forest, each footprint drawing him deeper into the wild. He believed that this quest could redefine everything he knew about nature and mythology. But soon, challenges began to emerge with the beauty of the wilderness. The terrain quickly became more rugged than he anticipated. Thick roots twisted across his path like gnarled fingers, threatening to trip him with every step. The underbrush was dense, and Jake had to push through thorny brambles that snagged at his clothes and skin. Every movement required effort, and after hours of trekking, fatigue started creeping in. He paused for a moment to catch his breath and assess the path ahead. Determined not to give up, Jake pressed onward, fueled by visions of what lay beyond. A close encounter with the mysterious creature that had captured his imagination since childhood. As he walked, the forest came alive with sounds. Birds chirped above him, while leaves rustled in the gentle breeze. Yet this beauty was soon overshadowed by ominous clouds rolling in from the west. He felt the first drops of rain hit his face, just as he stumbled upon another set of tracks that veered off toward a small clearing. The prints were fresh and deep, urging him onward despite darkening skies. However, as rain began to pour down heavily around him, Jake hurriedly sought shelter beneath an old oak tree with thick branches spreading out overhead. Under the sheltering tree, Jake fumbled with his gear, trying to keep himself dry while feeling a mix of exhilaration and frustration wash over him. The rain was relentless. It transformed trails into muddy quagmires that pulled at his boots with every step when he finally decided to venture out again. After waiting for a break in the storm, Jake emerged into a world transformed. The air smelled fresh and clean, but navigating became treacherous as muddy patches threatened to swallow him whole. Each footfall required careful calculation because slipping could send him tumbling down a slope or into a puddle. As night approached on that first day, exhaustion settled heavily in his bones, like an anchor dragging against his willpower. Finding a suitable spot near a stream where water babbled cheerily contrasted sharply with his tired state, gave him comfort as he set up camp for the night. He built a small fire, using sticks and dried leaves collected earlier in hopes of keeping warm against the chill settling around him. Lying in his sleeping bag while listening to the rhythmic sounds of water flowing nearby reminded him why he loved nature so much. Yet sleep eluded him, despite how tired he felt. Thoughts swirled endlessly about what might happen next. Would he actually find Bigfoot? How long would this journey last? Questions lingered without answers, but fueled dreams wrapped tightly together, through whispers echoing softly within stillness surrounding wild places. In time, morning broke through twilight's grasp, bringing renewed hope, along with sunlight streaming brightly overhead, warming both body and spirit alike. With determination etched once more upon heartstrings pulsing like drums beating strong, Jake packed away his gear, preparing to head back into the wilderness, armed now not only with knowledge gained from previous encounters, but also lessons learned amidst obstacles faced along challenging paths traveled. Strengthened deeper connection forged between himself and nature. Days turned into an unyielding rhythm, filled with exploration, where further challenges awaited each passing hour. Occasional rain showers mixed unpredictably among bursts shining bright, even illuminating shadows alongside gnarled branches, reminding life unfolds, unpredictably always. Climbing steep hills left muscles aching, yet invigorating sensation coursing through veins pushed limits, exceeded daily expectations, boosting confidence, sparking motivation onward, urging discovery evermore. With each morning came fresh excitement, ignited by curiosity, intertwining. Belief rooted deeply, thriving against even strongest doubts taking hold. Even moments spent navigating treacherous terrain, connecting lost time between steps forward, birthed uncanny familiarity. Weaving stories tethered outcomes, united converging threads throughout existence, alongside natural harmony, enveloping beautifully woven events, intertwined, repeating history pressing forth unbroken. Yet during days filled beneath vast skies, transitioning colors alive, bursting like rippling streams, countless trails beckoned, calling deep within hearts, yearning experiences, untold, reclaiming purpose, emboldening spirits, guiding missions, steadfast, anchoring truths gracefully uncovered. A reminder that every journey exists uniquely vibrant threading. Endlessly journeys sewn together. By day 5, Jake found himself marveling at how far he'd come, both physically along winding paths, leading deeper towards shadowy secrets, hidden beneath towering trees, gently swaying, brushing whispers, promising tales long forgotten, awaiting explorers brave enough dare embark upon trails uncharted. With unyielding resolve, bolstered by profound connection, formed alongside wilderness, fueling passion within expanding horizons, beckoning forward. Even if every inch traversed often tested convictions, meticulously cemented previously strongly, beyond. Reflections, clarity found, understanding blossomed, nurtured, continuously pressing onward, despite uncertainties lingering nearby. Shadows casting thoughts, wavering uncertainly, urging doubt, occasionally creeping, silently lurking, ready challenging determinations, summoned daily transforming, fleeting moments, eternal memories stitched together. Jake moved boldly onward, embracing each challenge, met treasuring lessons learned, nurturing belief firmly rooted, empowering dreams, soaring high, against limitless destinations, yet unseen, lurking just beyond vision. Adventures embarked upon illuminating pathways, woven intricately blossoming alongside, enduring spirit-seeking wonders, waiting faithfully, unfolding beautiful mysteries, presenting themselves ever more inviting, exploring souls, yearning fulfillment. The call remained undeniable, as adventures promised so much goodness, awaiting simply waiting for those daring step forth. Crossing thresholds, instilled courage forever, chasing fleeting glimpses, shimmering brightly, before heartbeats matching rhythms, merging, passions, revealing truths, intertwined, harmoniously, anchored forever, gently, flickering alive, inspiring wanderlust, unwavering veracity, coursing freely, finding place, always seeking. As the days passed and Jake plunged deeper into the thick embrace of the forest, strange encounters began to unfold around him. The excitement of tracking Bigfoot was mingled with an unsettling awareness that something else might be lurking in the shadows. Each night brought new mysteries, the kind that made his heart race and sent chills down his spine. On the 4th night, as Jake sat by his flickering campfire, he began to hear sounds that made his skin crawl. At first, it was just the normal sounds of the forest. An owl hooting in the distance, leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. But then came a series of low growls that seemed to echo in the stillness around him. It was not the sound of any animal he recognized, nor did it sound like anything he had ever encountered while hunting. Jake's pulse quickened as he strained to listen. The growls rose and fell like a haunting melody, weaving through the trees surrounding him. Was it his imagination playing tricks on him? Or had he finally drawn the attention of something far more mysterious? He tightened his grip around his flashlight, its beam piercing the darkness as he cast it across the clearing looking for answers. Suddenly, a rustling noise broke through his concentration, coming from just beyond the fire's glow. He turned sharply, expecting to see a deer or perhaps a curious raccoon, but instead saw nothing, just darkness swallowing whatever lay beyond. Shaking off an uneasy feeling, he returned to his campfire, trying to convince himself it was nothing more than his mind being overly active. Later that night, as Jake lay in his sleeping bag, trying to drift off to sleep. Another noise jolted him awake. This time it was a series of soft footsteps approaching quietly from behind him. Through the thin fabric of his tent, he could hear something moving deliberately, slowly and cautiously, as if it were trying not to make a sound. His heart raced again. This time it felt as if someone or something was right there with him. Gripping his camera tightly for protection and intending to document whatever it was, Jake slowly unzipped his tent and peeked outside. The moonlight illuminated everything in a ghostly glow. Every tree stood still like a sentinel guarding ancient secrets. Peering into the shadows, he half expected a pair of glowing eyes staring back at him. But there was nothing, only silence enveloping him like a heavy blanket. Days went by filled with eerie moments like these, each one amplifying Jake's curiosity, while also feeding an undercurrent of fear within him. On one occasion, during a hike through particularly dense foliage, he thought he glimpsed movement out of the corner of his eye, a fleeting shadow darting behind a tree. When he turned to investigate, he found only emptiness staring back at him. The woods seemed alive with whispers. Jake would often hear faint voices carried on the wind or laughter that echoed through valleys far away. Laughter that quickly turned into silence when he strained to listen more closely. Were these just figments of imagination brought on by exhaustion? Or were they remnants of souls who once roamed these very paths? One evening, while setting up camp near a small stream glistening from reflected starlight above, Jake felt an overwhelming sensation wash over him. It was as though invisible eyes were watching from afar. The air felt electric, charged with anticipation and fear intertwined. Perhaps Bigfoot truly existed, and perhaps there were others lurking just beyond what was visible. Unable to shake this sensation entirely, Jake decided to take a solitary walk along the stream beneath an archway formed by intertwining branches overhead. With every step forward came an eerie stillness that engulfed everything around him, all distractions fading away until only nature remained speaking softly amidst shadows cast across rippling water, whispering secrets lost long ago. As darkness tightened its grip on night, Jake noticed peculiar scratch marks etched deeply into trees standing watch nearby, the kind you might expect from an enormous creature trying desperately to mark its territory. He leaned closer, inspecting them carefully, measuring them against width, estimating size as realization dawned upon him. The markings belonged neither to bear nor elk. Suddenly disquiet settled heavily upon him. A clarity revealing truth emerged swiftly, awakening instincts, alerting senses, layering hesitation, caution alongside wild curiosity, urging seek unfolding mysteries, concealing truths hidden momentarily, waiting discovery, invoking exploration, still so rare, rarely witnessed. That night, as Jake lay beside his crackling fire, once again seeking warmth against encroaching chill, lingering firmly against skin, the sounds returned hauntingly familiar. Gentle rustles shimmering above earth, reminding forever something else shared this space. Fleeting glimpses faded quickly, yet vivid lingered. Shadows danced teasingly, taunting intangible reasons, stirring thoughts, awakening wonderment, igniting passions, pushing curiosity, fueling fervent desire, obsession. Lurking, waiting, restless spirits searching tirelessly, seeking answers drawn toward elusive whispers, woven sweetly beckoning discovery, friendly fires calling through darkness, offering passage homeward bound, illuminating pathways, leading toward magic, veiled beneath ageless trees. In every rustle and echo, hiding among branches swaying gently against twilight's embrace, Jake understood deeply that pursuing legends often meant venturing into unknown territories, stretching far beyond edges. Realities explored every path laid traced, uncovering something truly remarkable. Waiting despite challenges faced, revealing potential extraordinary tales returning forever. Etched, hearts alive, breathing, vibrant stories, needing brave souls, step forth unafraid, embrace adventure craft, enduring bonds, recognizing beauty, hidden found amidst challenging uncertainty, unfolding splendidly towards light, shining brightly, leading onward, illuminating horizons, decorated promising quests, waiting endlessly, awaiting adventurers, wild enough dare believe, transform dreams, thrive. Found truth, shining bright deep inside every seeker-driven chase, finding enduring purpose, always signaling, welcoming adventures, beckoning onward, chasing shadows, promising seek beyond infinite possibilities, shimmering, ever bright. As Jake continued his journey, he became increasingly aware of the subtle signs around him, clues that suggested he was not just following an animal trail, but perhaps something much more enigmatic. After days of tracking, he started to piece together the fragments of evidence that hinted at Bigfoot's presence in the forest. On the 5th day of his adventure, Jake stumbled upon a clearing where the ground was littered with broken branches and disturbed underbrush. It looked as if a large creature had passed through recently, uprooting saplings and scattering leaves in its wake. With his heart racing from excitement, he crouched down to inspect the area more closely. The broken branches were thick and heavy, far larger than any deer or elk would have been able to snap so easily. They bore the marks of something powerful, a force of nature that could only belong to a creature like Bigfoot. Jake pulled out his camera, snapping photos of the area from different angles, convinced that he had found significant evidence. He documented each detail meticulously, feeling a rush of adrenaline as he imagined what this evidence could mean. How many others had walked this path without noticing? The thought fueled his determination as he made a mental note to revisit this clearing later. As he pressed onward, Jake began to notice unusual behavior among the animals in the vicinity. Birds that usually fluttered about chirping cheerfully were eerily silent as he approached. Squirrels peeked out from behind trees, but quickly scurried away when they caught sight of him. Their anxiety seemed out of proportion. It was as if they sensed something lurking just beyond what Jake could see. This odd behavior heightened his awareness, reminding him that he might not be alone in these woods after all. Later that afternoon, while navigating through a thicket, Jake discovered something unsettling. A tuft of hair snagged on a low-hanging branch. He reached up and carefully extracted it, holding it between his fingers for inspection. The hair was coarse and dark brown, with hints of lighter streaks woven in, unlike anything he recognized from local wildlife. This could be it, Jake whispered to himself excitedly as he examined the sample under the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves above him. He knew how essential such evidence could be in supporting his beliefs about Bigfoot's existence. Carefully packing it away in a small plastic baggie for safekeeping, he felt a sense of elation wash over him. This was tangible proof. As evening drew near on that same day, Jake set up camp in a small clearing nearby the stream. While building his fire, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him again. His senses were heightened. Every crackle of twigs seemed amplified against the quiet hum of nature surrounding him. He decided to stay alert and took time to study the area around his campsite closely once more. While scanning for anything unusual, he noticed peculiar scratch marks etched into bark on nearby trees. Deep gouges suggesting some creature had used them to sharpen its claws or mark territory. The markings were almost too high for any known animal in the area to have made. They showed strength and size that sent shivers down Jake's spine. His mind raced with possibilities. What sort of being could leave such marks? Was it possible that Bigfoot used these very trees as markers for its territory? As darkness settled around him and shadows loomed larger than life, from his place by the fire, he couldn't help but feel small and vulnerable beneath vast skies filled with twinkling stars overhead. That night brought another wave of unease. An unsettling atmosphere clung heavily in the air, while strange sounds echoed through the darkness again. Whispers seemed to float on the wind, carrying secrets only revealed under light's gentle caress, the kind that drove curiosity deeper still. Closer now than ever before came sensations tinged with mystery, hungry waiting unveiled truths buried within wilderness, yet felt unseen, beckoning souls long forgotten. Reaching back toward boundless adventures filled richly hidden promises, signing whispers never thought possible explored. The following day was one filled with anticipation. Armed with new evidence gathered along his journey, hair samples, broken branches woven alongside eerie encounters, Jake pressed forth into uncharted territories, where paths twisted unpredictably, forging fresh trails toward awe-inspiring discoveries. Yet unseen dancing dreams, brightly lit, illuminating possibilities on horizons, calling forth endlessly promising adventures, yearning embrace. With excitement coursing through him like an electric current, stoking fires within heart craving for connection, fueling relentless wonderment. Every step forward carved purpose, chasing shadows lingering nearby, beckoning answers waiting patiently. Each clue pieced together, sparked thoughts, tracing connections, wove brilliant tapestries. Storylines intertwined, awaiting exploration, inviting bravery, forging memories shared splendidly, transcending time. As night reclaimed its hold, a tapestry wrapped around tightly holding mysteries close. Jake understood deeply now, embracing every moment spent among whispers, breathed life into legends unfolding. Collecting shards lost, pursuing truth, guiding those hearts willing venture forth, blend unknown realms, awaiting potential wonders forever. Timeless, inviting journeys, treasure hunting adventure forever. Boundless, illuminating trails gleaming alive. Paving pathways, manifesting truths alive. Breathing vibrant stories rich, revealing depths. Hidden deep, discovering resonant dreams, igniting fierce passions, urging forth magical histories. Awaiting travelers bold enough step across thresholds. Embrace extraordinary adventures, promised profound. As the morning sun broke through the canopy, casting golden rays across the forest floor, Jake felt an electric charge in the air around him. Today was different. He could feel it in his bones, a sensation that pushed him forward, igniting his determination like never before. He had spent days following the signs left behind by Bigfoot, gathering clues and observing strange behaviors, and now that pursuit seemed on the brink of culmination. Venturing deeper into the thicket where towering trees loomed overhead, like ancient sentinels guarding secrets from centuries past, he became acutely aware of every crackle of twigs underfoot and breeze whispering through leaves. Each step edged him closer to what he had been seeking, his heart pounding with an intoxicating blend of excitement and trepidation. Jake emerged into a small clearing where sunlight poured in brightly, illuminating patches of lush grass interspersed with wildflowers dancing lightly in the wind. The tranquility was almost surreal as he paused to catch his breath, surveying the vastness around him. Just then, he noticed movement on the edge of the clearing. His heart raced as he squinted into the shadows cast by the trees. There it was, standing partially obscured by a thick trunk. A towering figure swathed in dark fur, yet glimmering softly against dappled sunlight that peeked through branches above. The sight was staggering. Bigfoot was real. All at once, a whirlwind of emotions crashed down upon Jake. Wonder enveloping him like a warm embrace mixed intricately with disbelief and sheer joy. The creature turned slowly to face him, revealing piercing eyes that held an intelligence unlike anything Jake had ever encountered. It looked powerful yet serene, exuding an aura that demanded respect. Every story he'd ever heard suddenly came rushing back. Tales filled with awe and reverence for this legendary being seemed insignificant in this monumental moment. What? The word barely escaped his lips as Jake struggled to process everything unfolding before him. He reached instinctively for his camera, but hesitated. Capturing this moment felt sacred, a fleeting connection, transcending mere documentation. In those seconds that stretched into eternity, there existed no fear or uncertainty. Only profound respect for life itself flickering within their gaze, connecting worlds apart, yet forged together, purposefully, embracing legends, coupled mystery, whispering quietly throughout time, echoing across realms, yet unseen. Each muscle in Jake's body tensed as he stood frozen in place, unable to step forward or retreat backward. Everything about this encounter felt monumental beyond first instinct, guiding impulses, driving clear intent, yet gathering details wildly being present, fully appreciating magnificence before him. As if sensing Jake's internal conflict, Bigfoot stepped closer with cautious grace. Its massive form shifted smoothly from one foot to another, leaving prints imprinted deep upon earthy ground. Layering memories, vivid sharing presence, surrounded enveloped moments, soaring free. Mind racing, acknowledging truth, buried deeply, revealing no longer mere tales bound within imagination, alone, encompassing existence, alive. Breathing, wandering valleys, journey, traveling world through perspectives unveiled. Taking a deep breath amidst swirling emotions, Jake finally mustered courage enough to speak again. "I've been searching for you." His voice resonated with sincerity, echoing amidst thick silence, making space, inviting conversation between two beings crossing paths fortuitously discovered. For just an instant, the world around them faded away, the call of nature's rhythm falling still. The only thing that mattered was this meeting struck together in shared heartbeat, synchronizing destiny, forged colliding gifts, offering wisdom, intertwining lives, irrevocably changing stories, yearning retold generations hence. But just as quickly as they connected, a glimmer of movement startled both of them. A sound rustled from behind, not caused by wind, but by something stepping cautiously among bushes, hiding somewhere nearby, aiming toward their exchanges, breaking screens, illusionary ground sought. Before either could react further, the creature's demeanor shifted perceptibly. It glanced back toward shadows pooled underneath tree trunks, thickly laden, blocking morning light, casting doubts, obscuring thoughts, dawning, heavy, settling. It shifted once more, withdrawing slightly into foliage. Eyes reflecting understanding, acknowledging paths, winding, tracing echoes, calling voices, hidden, swirling, lingering hopes, woven beautifully paired lessons, beckoning prudent journeys, realized, revealed close at hand, awaiting heed. Those willing listen, earnestly reach beneath surface, uncover brilliance, shimmering. Waiting patiently, stirring dreams, longing manifest. Jake's heart sank briefly, realizing their connection was always meant to be temporary. A brief meeting reflected pulsing energy, flickered once, illuminating cues, leading toward possibilities, hinting vivid promise. Shared resonated depths, stirring daring explorations, unveiling truths, lingering, waiting discovery, still ripe, vibrant possibilities, surfacing, shining bright, inviting fresh hope, blossoming harmoniously, unforeseen paths, traced unfolding steps ahead. But despite bittersweet realization swelling inside heart, he prepared nonetheless, calling forth intention, reflect magic inside forged memories, eternally etched, burning brightly, illuminating truths, illuminating lives, touched alongside, forever set forth until lured back unto night. Summoning strength, courageous pulling deeper breaths, steadied heartbeat, nestled beneath stars, luminous, embracing daring adventures, promising enlightenment, blissful awakenings, emanating warmth, offered lingering mysteries, shining continuously forth. Undeterred, leaving impressions held closely carved, boldly spirit-kindred, while departing pathways whispered softly, reminding bear witness legends awaited rebirth, illuminating unending journeys pursued courageously, spinning hearts awakened life. Gifted meaning fulfillment, endless explorations, callable ever brightly. Yours easy cruising, truly amazing wonders, awaiting vibrant beauty. Living brilliantly, effervescent, glowing alive, forever cherished, told, shared together, embarking uncharted shores, renewed, bold, brave, ready touch, tracing traces, journey discover infinite things, coming all brightly aligned with rich vibrancy blooming, enduring, everlasting, alluring footprints, wait found anew. As Jake stood in the clearing, breathless from his encounter with Bigfoot, he felt an overwhelming mix of emotions wash over him. The majestic creature's presence stirred a deep sense of wonder and respect within him. But fleeting regret also crept in. He longed for more than just a moment. He yearned for a connection that would bridge their worlds. In that silence that followed Bigfoot's retreat, Jake felt something shift within him. He took a few hesitant steps toward where the creature had vanished into the forest, unsure if he should call out or simply let the moment be. The quiet whispers of nature surrounded him, the usual sounds of the forest hushed as if waiting for him to make a decision. "Please, come back," Jake called softly, his voice trembling with yearning. "I just want to understand." Jake waited, heart pounding and hope flickering like embers in a dying fire. To his surprise, he saw movement once again. A shadow emerged cautiously from between the trees, this time accompanied by the soft padding of footsteps. His breath caught in his throat as he recognized the unmistakable outline of Bigfoot stepping forward cautiously. The adult creature paused just outside the threshold of the clearing, radiating an aura that was both powerful and serene. With its young one peeking out behind it, Jake felt a rush of warmth flow through him. It was as though they were inviting him into their world rather than retreating further into obscurity. This time, Jake found his voice again, more confident this time, as if propelled by an unseen force. "I know you can understand me," he said firmly, yet gently. "Tell me your story." As if prompted by his sincerity, Bigfoot stepped further into the light. The creature's massive frame was striking against the backdrop of greenery and sunlight filtering through leaves above. This time, rather than merely staring at each other in disbelief and awe, there was an unspoken understanding that connected them on a level beyond words. Jake's heart raced as he focused on what felt like telepathy rather than spoken communication. It was as if thoughts flowed freely between them, without language to restrict their meanings or intentions. He envisioned himself walking alongside them in harmony, sharing stories woven across disparate lives spanning generations, and sensing ancient wisdom residing deeply rooted among those who inhabited this mystical forest. Suddenly, Bigfoot emitted a series of low-sort rumbling calls followed by softer cooing sounds directed at its young one. A gentle voice filled with reassurance and tenderness that echoed softly around Jake, reinforcing bonds formed amidst shared existences, sweeping away fears cloaked thick since time immemorial. It became clear to Jake. This creature had its own language akin to music, expressing emotions through tones layered harmoniously. Every sound blossomed vibrantly, flowing effortlessly, cooperating swiftly, mingling stirring roots, guiding connections nestled within. Tales passed down generations throughout countless explorers wandering nature's beauty, alive, longing witness, promised journeys unfold. As if sensing the impact upon Jake, the adult creature tilted its head slightly, while locking gaze reassuringly, inviting deeper exploration, pulling forth curiosity, hidden tightly away, awakened memories bold, leading towards destinies intertwined forever. In that instant, synapses flared, awakening clarity, illuminating beliefs, previously tangling beneath longings, burgeoning truth, illuminated, revealing much more than physical being. Guiding, imagined shadows, hidden, expanding, innate connections, observed, growing beneath horizons, unfolding endlessly bright dawns, cascading glories, unraveling wisdom hardly ever fathomed before blooming. Nurturing, joyous spirits gifted, chance to reflect together, illuminating paths eternally forged. Bustling edges, streams, meeting crosswaters, glistening vibrantly, shining, calming pulse, uniting hearts across ages. But then came an unexpected twist, a sudden rustling from deeper within thickets surrounding, calling towards thicker underbrush, awaken instincts, deeply rooted, prompting emergence, unfurling chaotic whispers, spreading weary foreboding, lingering uncertainty, emerging sound reminiscent primal depths, beckoning gazes aligned, shifting lightly, becoming entangled, weaving brighter colors, gently curling around moments shared, promising yet dampened veiled appearances, looming specters, darting frail mysteries, dwindling, fading, intricately woven shadows, exploding joyfully, spilling wilder fantasies, hovering, waiting, newly discovered secrets matured, daring unveil, leaving lingering questions unfulfilled, awaiting resolve. Step forth. Bigfoot glanced back once more, solemnly observing surroundings, every strand vibrating resonantly, reaching far beyond singular connection. Calling souls, answering timeless echoes, is sending currents sparking bright harmonies enliven. With mighty yet graceful movements, the towering figure turned ever so slightly, allowing its young to peek, curiously, feeling warmth, discovering hope, ringing vibrant affirmations, urging revelations, built trust between beings, embracing fate, gracefully endured, construct bonds, eternal manifesting strong underneath sprawling vastness, promising shared futures, flickering brightly, shimmering expansive horizons, beckoning forth hope, renewed warming, every heartbeat, intertwining dreams, chase colors, awakening wisps, free transforming bright, standing visions unfurl, new yet unbounded living, forever proud, claiming fullness, diving boldly ready explore, limitless journeys, captivating engrossed crafting wonders, shaping adventures rich beautifully. Evolving together, eternally journey evolve, wondrous fulfilling magnificences, overtaking steadily friendships, weaving shared experiences, now paired inseparably, calling. Together, marching onward, revealing breathtaking sights anew, discovering prospectively empowering, continue blossoming everywhere. Boundless imagination, brightly glowing. Illuminating pathways weave gentle caresses life's magic, unfolding witness eternity enriching. At last, breathe deep, imbued strength, absorbing eternal enigma, big masterpiece painting. Awaiting only those willing embrace magic, behold mystery's promise, yet sung forever, carrying tales lively, shimmering humanoids, wondered anew. After the encounter with Bigfoot, Jake found himself standing alone in the clearing, his mind racing with thoughts and emotions. He glanced around, taking in the vibrant colors of the forest, which now seemed even more alive than before. The leaves rustled gently in the breeze, and the sunlight filtered through the branches, casting playful patterns on the ground. But this time, he didn't just see the beauty of nature. He felt a deeper connection to it, a bond that transcended mere observation. The experience had changed him profoundly. What he had once viewed as a solitary pursuit of a legendary creature had transformed into something far more significant. He realized that his adventure was not just about finding Bigfoot. It was about understanding the interconnectedness of all living beings and the stories they carried. Jake thought about the lessons he had learned from the encounter: respect, patience, and the importance of listening. Not just to words, but to the world around him. As he made his way back through the forest, Memories of Bigfoot's gentle gaze lingered in his mind. That moment of connection had revealed something extraordinary, an understanding that legends were often rooted in truth, woven together by experiences shared across generations. The stories he had heard growing up now took on new meaning, rich with possibilities that stretched beyond his imagination. Yet, as the excitement of his discovery settled within him, Jake grappled with another dilemma. Should he share his story with others or keep it a secret? The thought of telling his friends and family filled him with apprehension. Would they believe him? Or would they dismiss his experience as mere fantasy? He recalled how easily people laughed off tales of Bigfoot, treating them as silly myths rather than respecting the mystery surrounding them. Part of him wanted to shout from the mountaintops about what he had witnessed, the majestic creature and the intimate connection forged in that enchanted moment. But another part worried about how people might react. He considered how sharing this experience could inspire others to appreciate nature more deeply and foster a sense of wonder about the world around them. Perhaps it could encourage more people to explore, to respect wildlife, and to understand that there are still mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Jake paused for a moment beneath a great oak tree, its sturdy trunk standing tall against time's passage. He placed a hand on its rough bark, feeling its strength and resilience. "What should I do?" he murmured quietly. In that moment of solitude surrounded by nature's embrace, he knew he needed to make a choice that reflected both his heart and spirit. As he continued walking, he felt a surge of determination swell within him. He decided that sharing his story was essential, not for fame or attention, but to honor what he had experienced. It was about connecting people with something larger than themselves, reminding them that there is magic in believing and exploring the unknown. If his tale could inspire even one person to look beyond the ordinary and seek out their own adventures, then it would be worth it. Reaching his truck parked at the edge of the forest, Jake took one last look back at the trees standing sentinel behind him. He felt grateful for every moment spent chasing shadows and following whispers in search of truth. With newfound clarity coursing through him, he climbed into the vehicle and turned on the engine. As he drove away from the forest's edge, excitement bubbled within him at the thought of sharing his journey. He envisioned himself recounting every detail: the thrill of discovering footprints, the eerie sounds that kept him on edge, and ultimately, the profound connection he made with Bigfoot. He wanted others to feel what he had felt, to understand that every legend holds a grain of truth, waiting patiently for someone brave enough to seek it out. Through this experience, Jake learned that nature speaks in subtle ways, carrying tales etched into every leaf and whispering through every breeze. And while some may choose to dismiss those stories as mere folklore, Jake understood now better than ever that they are threads woven through humanity's collective consciousness, a reminder to seek wonder in our world and cherish each moment we spend exploring its depths. With each mile he drove away from that enchanted place, Jake felt lighter. Hope blossomed within him like wildflowers breaking through concrete. He was ready to share his story, ready to inspire others to embrace their own journeys into the unknown. And most importantly, ready to celebrate the enduring connection between humanity and nature, forever changed by a fleeting yet unforgettable encounter with Bigfoot. Jake's journey into the heart of the wilderness not only transformed his understanding of nature, but also illuminated a remarkable truth about the power of legends. The tale of Bigfoot captures people's imaginations in ways that stretch beyond mere curiosity. It instills a deep-seated sense of wonder and adventure that resonates across generations. Stories of this elusive creature tap into humanity's intrinsic desire to explore the unknown, to search for something extraordinary that might lie hidden just beyond our reach. For countless years, Bigfoot has inspired adventurers, skeptics, and believers alike. Legends circulate in every corner of the globe, each adding a unique layer to the enigma surrounding this mythical being. From fog-shrouded forests to mountain trails, tales of sightings spur people to venture into nature with open hearts and minds, inviting them to embrace the thrill of discovery. Jake thought about how these stories served as catalysts for exploration, the driving force pushing people out from the comforts of their homes into the wild expanses waiting to be unraveled. For him, every step he took while pursuing Bigfoot reflected something much larger, a quest for connection with both nature and his fellow beings. It wasn't just about finding evidence. It was about fostering an appreciation for life's mysteries and acknowledging that there is always more beneath the surface waiting to be explored. He recalled how many nights he spent around campfires as a child, listening intently as older generations recounted their encounters with Bigfoot and other mysterious creatures. The twinkling stars overhead seemed to glow brighter with each enchanting tale, pulling him deeper into a world brimming with possibility. Now, having experienced his own brush with this legend, Jake felt a renewed responsibility to keep those stories alive for future seekers, stories that remind others of the importance of adventure, respect for wildlife, and the essential bond between all living things. As he reflected on the legacy of Bigfoot, Jake recognized that these tales serve as parables linking humans together through shared experiences and dreams. They encourage respect for the planet and its inhabitants, while igniting sparks of curiosity that inspire individuals to venture outside their comfort zones in search of greatness. The narrative lives on through books, documentaries, and countless debates about its authenticity, fueling discussions that transcend borders and demographics. Moreover, Jake understood that legends are meant to evolve over time. They adapt as they are passed down through storytellers passionate enough to breathe life into them again. New witnesses constantly emerge with their own accounts, each adding depth and flavor to an ever-growing tapestry woven together by hope, imagination, and human authenticity. Rather than fading away into obscurity, these stories thrive through shared connections. With his decision made to share his own extraordinary experience, Jake felt hopeful about increasing awareness among people. Sharing what might have once been dismissed as fantasy could open hearts and minds alike toward recognizing ecological wonders around them. He pondered how tales like his might inspire others to cherish their natural surroundings, to uncover truths nestled among roots buried deep within ancient soil, preserving memories untold, waiting patiently, unraveling moments, shared crafting narratives, blossoming vibrantly across dating horizons, ingrained forever. Imagining himself recounting his adventures using rich detail, the thrill of discovering footprints, feeling chills from eerie sounds lingering softly alongside buzzing whispers, filled him with excitement. Most importantly, he wanted others to feel what he had felt. The rush that comes from standing face to face with a legend and realizing it was not simply a figment, but rather a living embodiment stretching across realms, blending our understanding while nurturing patience, laying groundwork dreams, thriving, rooted endlessly, inviting adventures, waiting patiently. In sharing his story about Bigfoot, the incredible connection forged amid wilderness shimmering brightly. They would all connect in celebrating these rich legacies, woven tightly, blending seamlessly, exploring landscapes alive, breathing wonders untold. Jake envisioned gatherings where kindred spirits exchanged tales by fireside, while basking under blanket starlit skies, appreciating beauty rested softly humming throughout background. A reminder always present, embracing nostalgia, bathed. Reflecting shades intrigue, weaving timeless experiences passed forward, reclaiming wisdoms revived, continuously gifting themselves freely sponsored journeys along conceptions toward unexplored depths. As Jake drove away from the forest's edge after gathering thoughts together, bound within friendships, crafted strong forever. He knew deep down within making heartfelt stories tangible, leave lasting impressions, igniting countless searching, telling even myths obscured light. Lifting up pathways, responding courageously, reaching bits woven fantasies glistening unfurl. Ever bright guiding seekers tirelessly searching boundaries broken, illuminating hopeful looking ahead, transforming collective futures, still intertwined, unfathomably which inspiring endless thoroughly breathless journeys, always unfolding.